The new Beats Studio Pro are finally here, and I don't think Beats has updated their over-ear headphones since 2017, so it's about time they release something with some updated features. I decided to go ahead and pick up the dark brown color because I thought it looked really unique online, so let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. Alright guys, so it looks like the packaging is made from recycled materials. We got Beats Studio Pro on the side here. And on the back it says works with Android, made for Apple TV, iPhone, and iPad. Some other features right here. Let's go ahead and open this baby up. So we've got a pull tab right here. Whew, that is satisfying. Then it just pops open like this. Then this thing just pops off. And here is the travel case. I actually really like the way this travel case looks. Unzip this. Pull these out. Alright. And here is the new Beats Studio Pro. Wow, this brown color actually looks a tiny bit purpley, which is super interesting. Let's go ahead and put this to the side. It's got some setup instructions right here, some Beats stickers, which is always cool. Of course, Apple Music. And inside here, we have our cables. So we got the audio jack. And we have a USB-C to USB-C. And that's about it, guys. Taking a look at the overall build quality and design here, these things look and feel very similar to the previous Studio Pro. There are a few subtle differences like less branding because we don't have the Beats logo on the top here anymore, and we don't have it on this little hinge piece right here, and instead it's kind of just this brushed aluminum. And the quality feels very premium, and no matter how much I bend these, they feel very flexible, but the structure is still strong, and they aren't going to be super flimsy either, so they can fit around everyone's head shape with the most amount of comfort possible. And these are some incredible looking headphones that don't stick way out from your ears, and they are great for traveling, unlike the AirPods Max, because they can actually be folded up and then you can just set them in their travel case. We don't have the same hard shell traveling case that we've seen with some of the other Beats headphones, but this one isn't too soft either. I think it has the perfect amount of structure and strength to it because it's not too soft to the point to where it's not going to protect your headphones, and it still has enough strength to it so that you can throw this in a bag and you can have the peace of mind that it's still going to protect your new Beats headphones. One thing I love about this travel case is there are additional pockets inside, with 2 pockets on one side and then a zippered pocket on the other side, so it makes traveling around with your cables super seamless. Now the Beats Studio Pro does come in 4 different colors, including sandstone, which is kind of their whitish tannish color, navy, of course we got the deep brown, which I have right here, and also black. Do keep in mind that the darker colors will attract fingerprints a little bit more, so if you do want to avoid that, I think the sandstone color will be your best bet. And I still don't really know how I feel about this deep brown color because it almost looks a little bit purpley, but I guess it kind of looks a little bit luxurious as well. Taking a look at the controls, we do have some physical buttons. If you press the B on the left ear cup, it will allow you to pause or play your music. If you press it 3 times, it will go to the next song. If you press it twice, it will go back to the previous song. And you can change the volume by pressing above or below the B. I personally think it's really nice to have some of these physical buttons because they work every single time without fail, and they are really easy to use, unlike some other headphones that have touch sensors. You can see we have the same power button on the right ear cup alongside those 5 charging indicator lights, which I absolutely love. And on the left ear cup, we have a 3.5mm aux input with an included aux cable, which is great if you ever need to manually plug in the headphones to listen to them that way. We finally have USB-C charging, which is great to see, with an included USB-C to C charging cable. And these headphones actually have a quick charge feature where 10 minutes of charging will give you an additional 4 hours of playback, which is impressive. The battery life will last 40 hours with the active noise canceling turned off, and about 24 hours with the active noise canceling or the transparency mode turned on. and that's actually slightly better than the AirPods Max, only giving us 20 hours of playtime. Plus, you can still use these headphones when they're plugged in and charging just like the AirPods Max, which is incredible because with the older model, you had to wait until they were juiced up a little bit. But let's go ahead and talk about what else is new here and some of the other features, because the internals of the Studio Pro is very much improved. Something that separates these headphones from a lot of the others in the market is its connectivity to both iOS and Android users. They have one-tap pairing so that you can connect your device right away, no matter if it's an iOS or an Android device, with the on-screen instructions, and these can be connected to multiple different devices at the same time, so that you don't have to constantly switch what the Studio Pro is connected to. I do want to mention though that the pairing isn't quite as seamless as the AirPods Max or the AirPods Pro when switching between your different Apple devices, but it is just about the best you can get unless you decide to get some AirPods. And really quick here, I did notice the ear cushions are just a bit thinner, giving us a more streamlined look, which you might think would affect the comfort, but after wearing these multiple different times, they are extremely comfortable. That being said, I haven't worn these headphones for longer than an hour yet, so I'm not sure at what point you would experience some ear fatigue. It probably depends on every single person, depending on what your head and ear shape is, but I do know these are absolutely comfortable enough to wear for long periods of time and for traveling. Something that is new is the USB-C mode that will allow you to change between 3 different EQ settings when the headphones are plugged in. The first profile is balanced for audio playback, the other one is for entertainment, some movies and shows and that kind of stuff, and the last EQ setting is for voice calls and podcast listening. I think this feature is really cool, but honestly I don't think I'll ever use it because the headphones have to be plugged in when switching between those modes. When they are in USB-C mode though, you can switch between the different modes by pressing the power button once. And let's go ahead and talk about the sound quality, because Beats has definitely improved the way they sound. The new 44mm active drivers in the ear cups gives these headphones a much more refined sound that sounds kind of similar to the AirPods Max. I do think the AirPods Max sounds slightly better because they do a better job at separating the different instruments, whereas with these, the instruments sound a little bit compressed together, but these are also $349, whereas with the AirPods Max, they're $549, which is $200 more. I am very happy that Beats decided to give these a nice audio upgrade because we needed an audio refresh and we got exactly that. The active noise canceling is very good and it will cancel out a lot of that background noise, which is great for traveling, especially on the airplane. And the transparency mode is good, but I would say it's not quite as good as the AirPods Max because the transparency mode in the AirPods Max just sounds so natural and you can barely tell you have the headphones on, versus with these you can tell you had the headphones on because the audio is just a little bit different. Overall though, I am very happy with the audio quality that we get in these headphones because it sounds great and it is very much improved. Something that is important to note for us iOS users, you can switch between some of the controls in the settings of your device, like switching between the noise canceling, transparency mode, or turning both of those off, or even changing what some of the controls do. Of course, the Beats Studio Pro does have spatial audio with dynamic head tracking, which is always a blast to listen to if you find audio that supports it, because it sounds like the audio is all the way around you. Also, you can use Find My so that you can see the exact location of the headphones if you accidentally leave them somewhere, and if you put them in a room but you're not sure where in the room they are, then these do have a beeping sound that you can play so that you can find them more easily. I want to talk about some of the things that I do wish these had though, and one of those is a proximity sensor that will automatically pause your music when you take the headphones off of your head, and then will automatically resume the music again once you put the headphones back on. I wish these had that because it saves battery life and it's just a super useful feature to have. I also wish there was some sort of auto sleep feature that would turn off the audio after a while of not using them, because with my testing, these will just continuously play audio until the battery dies. And the last thing that I do wish these headphones had is some sort of sweat or water resistance. I know a lot of people use these at the gym and they don't have any issues with the sweat, but do just be a little bit careful because the Beats and Apple website doesn't mention anything about them being water resistant. And after all we've talked about, what are my final thoughts? Well, I am really pumped that Beats finally updated the Studio Pro. They sound amazing and they are super user friendly for both iOS and Android users. I think these are a great option if you don't want to spend $549 on the AirPods Max, because these are $200 less. and they still sound incredible and will give you active noise canceling in a transparency mode and really good comfort. But what do you guys think about the new Beats Studio Pro? Definitely let me know in the comments below because I'd love to hear what you think. And if you do want to check these out, I'll go ahead and put the link to them in the description below this video. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!